we have discussion and possible approval of Resolution 22- appointing the membership of the Board of Fire and Police Commissions. Can I have a motion to appoint the board members for the Fire and Police Commission?
A motion.
Is there a second? Is there a second for the appointment?
I second.
Okay, there's a motion, there's a second. Any discussion?
I do have discussion. Can I be recognized? I had sent the email back when this agenda came out asking, could someone let us know who would possibly be on the board and some information, resumes or anything. I never received anything back. So prior to us making this decision to vote, we still don't know who these people are that are being appointed to the Fire and Police Commission for 2022.
Okay. You and I had discussion as it relates to agreeing to move forward with creating this committee. And it's the same people that I placed this agenda 3 times last year to basically create this so we could stop hiring laterals and actually get new blood, meaning young officers in here to hire, and also with the fire list as well. The people are, and I'll read it into record again: Philip Williams, Robert Sherrill, William Fletchman, Brenda Richardson, and Stanley Moore. Them are the 5 people that I placed on the agenda the last 3 times, the same 5 people.
Excuse me, man, Stanley Brown.
Yes, go ahead, Stan.
No, you said Stanley Moore, Stanley Brown.
Oh, I did, I'm sorry. Okay, it was Stanley Brown. So.
Yeah, that's accurate, Mayor. We did have a discussion in reference to it. But at the same time, I guess, well, I'm gonna say my concern is the Police and Fire Commission is very vital to the community because this is the hiring and firing of those officers and firefighters that come into the community. And the guidelines, making sure that these people live in town was one of the guidelines. And also understanding if they even have police, fire, military, EMT, any type of background that's actually affiliated with this commission, since it is a vital position in the community. So I guess my question or concern, because we are in violation right now, not even having a commission, but are we just placing the people, or had it been published anywhere for people that actually have some type of background in this field to be on the commission?
Okay. I'm gonna answer several things that you stated. Yes, we're in violation, but it's not due because of the mayor. It's due because of the Board of Trustees constantly pushing the can down the road. I've asked several times to create this. When I got in office, I knew how vital and how important this was to have it as a community. By you heading fire, I would thought that you would have been more supportive in selecting and making sure this did move forward. So it's not the mayor that's holding up the Board of Commissioners, it's the Board of Trustees. I'm advising and hoping everybody will move forward with a vote to basically get this started because we so desperately need it. As you know, everyone can basically apply, or anyone can apply. This board, when we make it up of these 5 individuals, they cannot do anything different from the law. This board is basically cut and dry. So it's nothing that I can do, nothing you guys can do. No one can change or manipulate the law or the state statute as it stands. When people come to apply or do anything of that nature, they go on a list. You have to test. All these things go through this board commission. But I don't understand what would be the back and forth if we could just move forward with board members that do want to serve on a commission and they want to basically start doing things the right way. Lately, it's just been on deaf ears because no one wants to vote to move forward. I'm asking for everyone to move forward so we can get past our hiccups.
Okay, but you just stated that it was for people to apply if it was never put out to the public, or it's just solely your appointment of the people, correct?
Okay, I didn't say for to apply for that. I'm talking about to apply if they want to be a fireman, if they want to be a policeman. That's what this board does. I'm saying that by us constantly not having it, no one can do it. We won't get any new blood. It will be the same people. It will be laterals, people that's already a police officer, for instance. That's what we have to keep hiring from. So by constantly holding this up, we can't move forward is what I'm stating.
Okay, have the past police and fire that was commissioners that was on the board, have they received a formal notification saying that their appointment has been terminated?
Well, yeah, we reached out to several of them. Whether they responded or not, I don't recall. I will follow up with that because I know there was probably August. I want to say the date when I put that on there was August when I did do that.
So they never received anything in writing saying that they're no longer part of the commission. Is that correct?
I don't believe they have anything in writing.
Okay, thank you.
So if they don't, so are they still active at the moment? If
they are not. The attorney did do research. They don't meet. They haven't met. And those that already was pre-existing trustees know that board have not met. So here we are. And we need to do something about it by creating new members and moving forward to do the business of the village.
Mayor, so is there any way, Mayor, that, because I like Trustee have to understand, I guess my concern is we haven't really received any information in regards to these individuals. Prior to me making a decision, I'm wondering, is there any way we can get provided with this information so we know exactly, because this is my first time today, I just wrote it down. I know you said you brought them past us before. And again, my concern is making sure that we have qualified people in this position with the seriousness of this position.
This is not anyone's first time that's on this board right now saying this came before them. Like I stated, you guys have had this 3 different times last year on the agenda with the same 5 people. Nothing has changed. It was just put on here because I spoke with Trustee Belcher and she said, let's move forward. So here we are, and we do the game and the cat and mouse show every time we get to a board meeting. But when we talk in private, she said, let's do it. Other than that,
I did express let's do it. And I did say that the way you went about it was, and I felt was the way that why it was shut down the first time that you put it on there. So please don't try to misinterpret the conversation. I definitely said we need to move forward because we do need police officers. We do need to do it the right way. But at the same time, just by me and you having a conversation doesn't mean that I agree with the people that you're putting in place. So please do not misinterpret our conversation at all. I did say that. Kiana Belcher did say, let's move forward. We do need to move forward. This is something critical to the community. We have to get a police and fire commission so we can. There's a lot of illegal things of people being fired or anything that have been in front of, have not been in front of the police and fire commission, which we can put us in a lot of liability. Also speaking, the police and fire commission that was in place, which scheduled to have a meeting June 1st, you canceled that meeting. So please do not say that I don't want this to happen, because I do want it to happen. But I want people to be in there that knows what they're looking for and knows background of police and fire, not just Joe Blow smoke. That's what I said. Thank you.
Okay. For the record, trustees, no one's misinterpreting anything that you have said. I'm stating for the record so the people know that you and I have spoke. And when we spoke on this, you agreed to move forward with this, whether you like individuals or not. Guess what? It's my appointment. So if I'm choosing these 5 individuals to move forward, I don't see what's the issues. Now, as it relates to backgrounds, I don't like when any of you say, should they have a background in this? None of y'all had backgrounds in being trustees, right? But the people gave y'all a chance to sit here and serve the public. So I'm saying to you is, yes, they have backgrounds in different things. Yes, they're capable of doing their job. This is a voluntary position. And with that being said, no one gets paid. People are using their personal time to basically help community. So I would like your support, meaning the entire board, to move forward and create this committee. If we keep stagnating because people don't like people, and then who do y'all have a problem with? Since everybody says certain people, who? Name them so I can address it. So if you have a problem with the 5 people I got on here, out of the 5, which people do y'all have problems with or you don't want?
Mayor, may I speak?
Okay, can I get a, okay, 1 second, Trustee Brown. You want to respond to that, Trustee Belcher? Who you got a problem with out of the 5 people?
That would be inappropriate for me to say right now, but I do feel that some of the people that you put in place either do not live in the village of Dalton or do not have background experience to be hiring and firing police and fire. Thank you.
Okay, so how do you feel that way if you just stated you didn't have the 5 names? So if you didn't know who I was picking,
I didn't know that you were using the same people, Mayor.
One second, trustee. If you did not know any of this information, how can you judge the 5 people? I just gave you the names now. You just stated, I don't got the information. I don't have this. I don't have that. All I'm saying to you guys is give people a chance. Again, it's my appointment. That's why we're still here. So if everybody don't want to do it, then so be it. We can't move forward if you guys keep on saying no to things that's needed for community. Everybody saying out their mouth, we need it. So if we need it, that means put your differences to the side and make it happen. We can't keep fighting because y'all don't like somebody. And I don't even understand who you don't like on the list. So go ahead, Trustee Brown, you have the floor.
Mayor, it's not I would say it's not that I don't like a person, but I would have a viable candidate that is recently retired from being a Cook County sheriff, which will have that type of background. It's not that I don't have a personal liking for anybody. That's not my issue. My issue is that I think I have a vital candidate that would be a good person for that slot. It's not that I don't like anybody, but I just think I will have a good candidate that could be vital to the police commissioner. That's just my take on it.
Okay, so Trustee Brown, you saw the agenda. It's been posted over 48 hours. If you thought that you had a vital candidate to be on this board, why didn't you reach out to myself? You could have called my phone. You could have talked to my chief of staff, Nikita. You could have done anything before we got here. All we do is go back and forth because of you guys' opinion when we get here. We could have nipped it all in the bud before we got here to show this display to the public. I don't appreciate it from any of you. I just wish that you learn how to communicate. Like I pick up the phone and call any of you guys when I got an issue, a problem, something going on in town, I call.
Excuse me, Mayor. I did reach out to the administrator and left a message when I seen the agenda. I did not receive a phone call back. So I did my part as far as communicating. He did not get back to me. So I did reach out to him about my take on that position. It's not like I didn't reach out. So, don't say a person's not reaching out. I reach out to him and I talked to Keith as well. So I did reach out. I left a voicemail through his admin and I did not get a return phone call. So I did reach out.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna say this again because I guess ain't nobody listening. If you don't get film or if it's something that I put on the agenda, you guys can call me. I am the mayor of the town and you guys can ask me what I'm doing because I'm the one that's putting it on up for a vote, but no one seems to want to talk. But like I said, when it came to interviewing people, I reached out to each of you guys. I spoke to each of you and I let you guys have free will to interview and talk to people. But when it comes to something you guys have a problem with, again, you don't call me, you don't talk to me about it. We wait till we get here and we put on a show. I don't like that. I hope y'all fix that for future reference. So I'm gonna let Stan Brown say a couple words, then y'all tell me how y'all gonna move, and then I'll tell y'all what I'm gonna do.
But one thing, man, why is it it's not a problem? So, I mean, it's not a problem. So we need to stop saying it's a problem. It's not a problem. As I did the correct thing to reach out to the administrator is what I'm supposed to do. And I did that. He did not return the phone call. So that does not lie on me. So I did what I'm supposed to do and I reached out to him. But as I said again, it's not a problem with who he picked. So it's not that I don't like a person personally. It has nothing to do with personal. We're going to take the personal out of this. Again, I wanted to put somebody that I knew had that type of background and would be an asset. So it has nothing to do with personal.
Okay. So, Trustee, I guess you're not understanding me. I'm saying that if you had a problem with anybody that's up for a vote, you could have called and discussed it with me. If you had a problem with me appointing any of them individuals, you could have called and discussed it. If you had another candidate that you wanted me to consider, you could have called and discussed it. You did none of that. You call the village administrator is what you're stating. When I want something from any of you or I want your opinion of anything, I call who? The individuals that I'm trying to get a vote from. I don't call another person and say, well, this person didn't answer, so I stop. I call each of you and I ask each of you your opinion of whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So what I'm saying is, why can't I get the same courtesy? Why is it that you're saying you spoke or called the village administrator and he didn't answer, so I left it at that? I just think that you could have just called me and this could have been resolved, is what I'm stating to you.
Mayor, we're gonna start the new year off right. So moving forward, if there's anything that I can't get an answer from, trust and believe, I will reach out to you as of today. Thank you.
I got a little sidetracked because as I was traveling to get to Village Hall, a young, older, elderly man was on the ground. I would hope you would do that, so thank you. Stan Brown, you got the floor. You unmute your phone.
Good evening, Mayor and Board of Trustees and Village residents. My name is Stanley Brown, 37-year retired U.S. government employee, which has dealt with grievances and arbitrations and policies and procedures. No, I'm not an ex-police officer. And you don't have to be an ex-police officer to make decisions on rules and regulations that's already mandated. They have what you call a MOU, a memorandum of understanding. You have to follow them procedures. You don't have to be a police officer or a military person to sit on a board such as this. This is a non-paid position. This is actually volunteer work. So the individuals that's on this board, they're going to use their time, spend their money to service the village, as well as being an asset to the Board of Trustees, as well as the mayor. I'm a concerned resident. Like I say, I've been here 31 years. And I'm in the community, morning, noon, and night. Qualifications is, you have any leadership skills and being able to be on the board and make decisions. It's basically a decision-making position. Chief of police and chief of commissioners, they basically will ask for who they want because there's a list. It's a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where you have to go down the list. The decision is, do a Chief Collins or a Chief Pete, is that who you want? If you don't want the 1, 2, 3, you go to 4, 5, and 6. This board doesn't supersede any procedures that's already written out. Me, myself, I'm a retired government employee, just as I say, but I can walk right into Burger King, White Castle, and I can manage it because it's a procedure that you have to follow. Every White Castle make the same hamburgers everywhere you go. So this procedure here as a police and fire commissioner, that's a procedure that's already written. That's not the qualification you'd be a police officer or ex-veteran to be on this here board. Anything that's to be learned, it can be taught and it can be understood by whoever got some type of leadership skills and ability about themselves. I'm speaking on myself. I met some of the other individuals that's on this board. They're professional. These are professional people. I heard the trustee said any Joe Blow, and I'm a long way from being any Joe Blow. I am a retired station manager / postmaster. I'm a former trustee in the village of Dalton. I'm a manager at the Thornton Township operation, which I run a big operation there. This operation manages over a $2 million budget a year just for the youth. I'm a former park commissioner, former executive director. So I'm speaking on myself because everything was going good till it was just thrown out there any Joe Blow with the deal on that. It's not just any Joe Blow that's sitting here before you, Board of Trustees, to sit in this position and help serve the community. So I just want to erase that off of there because what you're looking for professionals, the mayor picked 5 professionals. I had a chance to get to meet 2 of them. And we did just kind of talk. And these people are very professional and know how to make a clean-cut, sound decision. That's what we're looking for. Because I live in this village, and I do say we need some new blood on the police force. Not just these laterals. Most of your laterals are people that's lateral from somewhere else for some other reason that they come in here. If they were happy and good at where they was at, they would not come here. We do need new blood. We do. We need some young officers out here. So that to have to just stay in a lateral position, you're handcuffing the police and firemen here in the village of Dalton, and that's unfair to them. So I just say this here with all peace and love, Board of Trustees, we do need to move this here forward because this is not picking no sides. I'm not here for the mayor. I'm here because I live in Dalton. I raised 2 young children here in Dalton that went to the high schools here, which I'm now elected school board trustee in the village of Dalton, District 205, still making decisions. So to be called a Joe Blow, I really take that to heart, that's unfair to me to be put in that position, let alone these other professionals that's willing to give up their time to do this. This is an unpaid position. You want a resume? Normally when I turn my resume, I'm looking for some pay. This is free. So we need to take a good, clean thought process when we're making these decisions, because I see a lot of going back and forth, and you're leaving us residents out in the cold, leaving us in the cold. That's totally unfair, because we voted for you guys. I voted for half of the board for a reason, because I was looking for some good decision making. I didn't look for this here shenanigan that's going on. That's unfair to me. By me putting free work in for half of you trustees and the mayor that's here now. I work for you guys. And to be called a Joe Blow, that's unfair to me. I took time out from my family to get out here and work to put you guys here on this board, to take us to a level that you guys promised getting into this position. But as of now, we're not even going in that direction. I'm not a stranger to this village adult. I put a lot of work in this here. So for me to say I want to do a free job for the village adult is an insult. Qualifications? I'm qualified, certified, and bona fide to be on this board. And these other individuals I did meet, they just as professional, profound, it's just as good. Don't let a good opportunity get away, board of trustees. That's totally unfair to the village adult. So with that being said, I'd like to say, reconsider, ladies and gentlemen, and let's move it forward, because you are handcuffing your chief of police and fire chief. It's unfair to them when they have to keep working some of the same employees that need a rest. Get that young energy blood in here. It's our job to help put these young people on our coattail and take them to the next level. We're supposed to lay out a roadmap for these young individuals, but we're hampering them. That's unfair. So I say this here, I come here with wholehearted to do a job that I know I can do, that's qualified to do, been doing it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any more discussion? Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a discussion. I'm not going to even go back and forth. Mr. Brown, I'm sorry that you took offense to that. You're only speaking for you and your qualifications. I know exactly your qualifications, so I'm sorry, but you can't speak for other people. So you've met all of them, because if she's saying it's the same people, there was a meet and greet. So my position still stood on somebody that's not living in the village, was supposed to be live in the village, and the qualifications. So yes, I understand all your qualifications, integrity, and you being a long-term resident, but you can't speak before other people. Thank you.
And I like to speak on that. I'm not speaking for them. I just read you my qualification. I didn't read you theirs. I said I took it personal when you said the Joe Blows, and that was unfair to me. I don't know how they feel. You had a chance. You met all of them. You was at the first little meet and greet we had. You met them. So you saw them. You know, so that's just totally unfair to call these individuals that took out of their time to come here and be a part of something that was free. That's totally unfair. And I was one of the ones that helped supported you to be in that position. I supported you. And I wasn't a Joe Blow then, and I'm not a Joe Blow now. Because I support you, and let me finish. And I will vote for you again.
And I appreciate
because Mayor. I don't have nothing personal. Well, let me finish. To be a good leader, you got to be a good listener. Please do that. And I'm just saying this to say is, be fair on your decision making, because we're not getting anywhere with the going back and forth. Because I'm past the you say, I say, you took offense to what I said. I'm just listening to what you said. So that's just where we at. And like I say, I will vote for you again. So I have nothing negative against you or nobody on the board. So I just want to be clear on that. So I just don't want to be in the middle and under the riffraff. I come here with gifts. Thank you.
Sure.
Why did you let that happen, Brittany?
I'm sorry. I was trying to I didn't want to interrupt while you all were talking. So that's kind of why I was just like, hey, yeah.
Thank you.
I was trying.
Okay, anybody else? Anyone else?
You're welcome.
Okay, I saw him come up, Jason, and then he went away. So Trustee House, we'll give you 1 minute to answer, then we're gonna cast a vote. Ontario, if you could let Jason House in again. Okay, yeah, I know, I saw it. I saw it up, now it's back, yep. Trustee House, are you with us?
I am here, yes, thank you.
Okay, all right, so now we're going to call the roll for a vote to move forward with the appointment of the 5 names. If you could call the roll, Clerk Key. You're on mute.
Yep. Okay, Trustee Norwood,
No.
Trustee Belcher,
No.
Trustee Holmes,
I move forward.
Trustee Brown,
No.
Trustee House,
No.
motion failed.
All right, so just so the board know, and I was gonna say before my announcement, but I will place it here. We will be moving forward with a commission board. So board members, make sure you get ready to meet next week. Trustee Holmes, make sure you meet with fire chief and police chief so you guys can move the village forward. We're not gonna play this back and forth game and not get the business done for the people. Any residents that's watching this and you wanna be a fireman or policeman, get ready to apply, get ready to take the test, be prepared because we're going to help you become whatever you want to be.